Welcome everyone. This is Davina from the Natural Remedies Kitchen. This evening I will be demonstrating to you how to make a lovely detox salad. Simple ingredients that you will be able to find in the market or the supermarket or even in your backyard. Well, depending on how much things you want to put in your own backyard. So here I've got a head of lettuce, one head of lettuce. Other ingredients I've got one leaf, one kale leaf. I've got some moringa leaf here, fresh from the tree. The younger, softer leaves. I've got one cucumber. I've got a sweet pepper. I've got one tomato. I've got a carrot. I've got a piece of chocho, or other persons might know this as Christophine. I've got a piece of that. I've got a red cabbage, or what some persons might call purple cabbage, but the correct name is red cabbage. I've also got a red onion, also called purple onion. I've got a few string beans as well. So we will begin. So for the base of your salad, you want to make the base your leaves, right? So your lettuce leaf is what you ideally want to use as the base of your salad. So every salad must have a base. You want to cut your leaves in about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. You don't want to cut them too small because the finer you cut the leaves, the more nutrients you lose, right? But then you want to be able to cut them in sizes that you can bite. And I'm just going to give them one more cut down the center here. So here we go now. I'm mixing them up. And I'm just putting some leaves in my plate to make the base of my salad. Don't want to overfull it too much because we also eat with our eyes and it's important that food is presented nicely. But I've got some extra here, so I'm just throwing it in this side bowl over here, right? So we're doing two different presentations at the same time. So just throwing that in the side bowl. Here I've got some kale. Just checking them to make sure there are no worms between the little curly areas. Now, what could I use instead of kale? Knowing that sometimes these vegetables can be very expensive depending on where you are. I use my pumpkin leaf, right? So I will use the softer, younger pumpkin leaves. I also use my pumpkin blossom. I sometimes use my sweet potato leaves as well. I might use my cassava leaves, but I don't use too much cassava leaf because in most cases you will need to cook your cassava leaf. But 1 or 2 leaves once a week, raw is fine. So I'm just rolling it up as much as I can, and I'm gonna do some slices here. With the kale, I am not cutting it too big because it's kind of hard to chew. So I am cutting it a little smaller. Now there are a couple of ways things that we could do with the kale to make it even more edible and more digestible. I could put this in a little bowl with some lemon juice and some olive oil and a little salt, and I could massage it, right? And then it would look like cooked vegetable, and I could put it on my salad. Or quite frankly, I could just sprinkle some in like this. I could just bring some in like this. So perfect. I'll just throw these in. Get my kale in. I'll put this spear bowl over this side here. All right, so I've got here as well some purple cabbage, but I will use this at the end to help with getting that color scheme in. I've got my moringa leaves already washed. Now I've got as well some white cabbage here. I could use some white cabbage on my salad as well. I could just grate her a bit, but I'm going to use the purple cabbage, so I'll leave the white for today. So with my moringa leaves now, this is rich in minerals and vitamins, right? And it's like this can replace your multi-mineral and your multivitamin, especially when it is dried. The nutrition is turned up about 100%. I'm just going to take some leaves off. There's many ways I could get my leaves in. I could go around and pick off every single leaf of the stalk, but that's going to take me too long. I'm fine eating it like this as I've just put it in. I could also put my moringa leaf in my salad dressing. We won't be making a salad dressing today, but there are other videos on the, for those who are on the detox group, there are other videos showing you how to make your dressing, your different types of homemade salad dressing. So ways how I could use my moringa leaf, I could also use it in my pesto when I'm making my homemade chelation pesto to detox heavy metal. All right, I've got my chocha here. I could go with the skin as well as I could go without the skin. I'm gonna choose to go with the skin. And I'm just grating it on this this side of my grater. There's lots of fiber, right, in the skin and a lot of minerals just underneath the skin. And a lot of times when we peel it, we get rid of all of that. Now, you might be wondering, isn't that like hard to eat? No, this one is not very hard to eat. And when it is grated like this, it makes life easier as well. My chocho is very, in terms of flavor, it's very light and crisp. And when I add some lemon juice to it, it tastes even much better. All right. So here I go. Got some chocho grated. I'm just gonna sprinkle over my salad. A little bit of some chocho in, and I'm throwing some in this bowl as well. So remember, I started out with what? 1 head of lettuce. All right, I've got, as I said, my red cabbage here. I can grate some red cabbage. I'm gonna, grate right in this bowl here because it's gonna turn everything red. And I want to add it closer to the end. And obviously, if you've got a food processor, you could save yourself some time by using the food processor to do all this work, but then you might have more washing up to do. All right, so I'm gonna leave that there. I will add this at the end. I will sprinkle this on the top, right? I'm gonna add my cucumber and my sweet pepper now. Now, there are many ways you could get your cucumber and your sweet pepper in your salad. You could make up a salad body, but today I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna throw it on this. Yeah, my knife is a bit dull. Could be a little bit sharper. So here we go. So as you can see, that's we call it a medium-sized cucumber. So they're like a little piece of the cucumber with some blemish on it. What I'm doing, I've sliced it up and then I'm just taking out the bits, the blemished bits. Right. And I'm putting half. I'm just half in this salad. It's a bit much, but just getting it all in. Throwing that one in. I could take some fresh mint. I could take a few fresh mint leaves, please. All right, so here we go now. Some peppers, and you can get your colors in by using your colored sweet peppers, right? We either use the yellow, the red, or the orange. So here I've got the orange color one. When we go on to salads, we don't use the green sweet pepper in the salads that you can use to cook with, and you get a really nice flavor from that one when you cook with it. Yeah, and some fresh mint leaves. All right. Some more mint leaves would be good. All right, so here we go. Now a half a sweet pepper. All right, what am I gonna do with all these cucumber seeds over here? What do you want to do with them? This is quite edible, right? Filled with nutrients in them as well, so I don't really want to throw them away. I'm just dropping them in the salad. I could have put them also in my salad dressing. So if you really don't want to deal with the chewing of the seeds, throw them all in your salad dressing. All right, so here we go now. For presentation purposes, and just removing the end bits of the peppers. But what do I do with these? I don't throw them away. I can throw these in my freezer in a plastic bag, all the end bits, and then when I'm ready to make a nice sauce, or when I'm gonna make my vegan cheese, I can use these, or when I'm gonna make another salad dressing, I'm just gonna cook some stew, I could throw these in. All right, so I'm not throwing those away. I'm removing the vein, right, from this, because there's a presentation and taste, the vein might not be, for some persons, the nicest. All right, still not throwing them away though. Perfect, thank you. So I'm just gonna cut some nice fine strips of sweet pepper here. And as we can see, my knife could really do it a little iron and iron. All right, so I've got a few pieces of pepper here. I'm just throwing some peppers on this salad here. I've got 5, 6 pieces there. The rest of peppers, right? The rest of peppers, I'm just dicing it up, and I'm gonna throw in the bowl. All right, so I've got some string beans. So like this, the vein from the kale, what do I do with that? Do I throw it away? Of course not. When I'm making my salad dressing, I chop this up and throw in my salad dressing, or I use this in stir fries. All right, I've got, what is it, yeah, I've got about 6 string beans. I am taking off the head, but I'm not taking off the tail. All right. So this is the head, right? The part that is attached to the stem. And the tail, I keep that on. The tail is your natural insulin, right? So for those who are diabetic, use up your string beans in your salads and keep the tail on, all right? So even all those bits, as I said, I can throw them in my salad dressing. When I'm using string beans that I'm gonna eat raw in my salad, I look for the string beans that are the younger, softer ones, not the grandma and grandpa, right? Young and fresh. All right, so what else have I got now? I've got some carrot. I've got carrot and I've got a tomato. Maybe I could take another tomato since it's 2 salads. All right, so my carrot doesn't look all that presentable. I'm just gonna cut the end bit off here. All right, and I'm gonna use my vegetable peeler. And if I'm doing a soup or a stew, I will not clean the carrot up. But for the salad, you want to clean it up because then it becomes more presentable. And you just need things that look flawless in your salad because it will make the salad more presentable. And when the food looks good, it is much easier to eat. And the body produces more digestive juices because we eat with our eyes first, right? So there are many ways I could do this. I could grate my carrot. I could use my vegetable peeler and just make ribbons like these that I will throw on my salad. Or I could thread it, as I said before. Or I could dice it up. It's up to you how you want to do your carrot, right? And if I had a longer carrot with these ribbons, I would have a much nicer presentation. But it's not a very long carrot, it's just a small piece. And we know our carrot is good for our eyesight. All our orange vegetables are good for our eyesight. It improves your vision, especially your night vision. You're better able to see in the dark, right? So it helps to prevent as well as reverse night blindness. Your carrot and things like your beetroot. Beetroots are nice in your salad as well. Other ways how I could have done my carrot. Let me just dice this up for you. What's left here? All right, so this cut is called plank. And now I'm gonna cut these planks and I'm cutting it in some julienne strips now. And if you want to learn more about cuts, different cuts of vegetables, you can come on one of our cooking courses at the Natural Remedies Kitchen, right? And I'm making some small dices here. All right, now what can I do with these? I can put these in a little bowl and I can put some lime juice and a little honey on them and leave them to marinate in the lime juice and the honey. And then I would sprinkle them on my salad, right? Or mix it in my salad. Makes a beautiful addition. So when you bite in each thing, you get a burst of flavor, right? So you're not really getting much of a burst of flavor from this actual salad that I am actually making. But here I am telling you the different things that you can do to improve the flavor of your salad. Now, if I had my beetroot, my beetroot or even my red cabbage here, I could add a little molasses again with some lime juice on this. And I could even put some onion powder, some garlic powder. And I don't mean the stuff that have all these salt and things in it. I mean just plain natural onion powder, right? I could put with this and add some molasses with some lime juice. The color would change, would look like a really beautiful color you would get. And again, this would add an additional burst of flavor in your salad. Yes, please. And the sunflower seeds. All right, so again, the remains from my onion. Am I gonna throw this away? No, I don't. We teach on our vegan nutrition, cooking and nutrition course, we teach you how not to waste. Nothing should go to waste, right? And we take this principle from the scripture where Christ fed twice. Once he fed 5,000, another time he fed 4,000. But at the end, he asked his disciples to pick up the remains to show you how to economize. Nothing needs to go to the rubbish. So what we do with our onion strips and garlic strips and scallion tips and carrot tips, etc., we keep them in a plastic bag in our freezer until we've got enough. Then we make a pot of stock, right? We make a nice big pot of stock with that, or we dry them and we powder them, and we will use those in our in your cooking. So when you taste your pot and it feels like it needs a little something, you just shake a little of your dried homemade powdered seasoning in it, and it will really turn up your flavors and make a difference. And the thing is, you're eating healthy stuff. So I'm gonna open up my onions. I'm just opening them up. It's important to eat an onion a day, right? An onion a day helps with improving your gut health, right? Improving your gut health, building your immune system. And as you can see, the red onion, The red onion tastes much better than the white. In terms of all the vegetables that are red, the deeper color vegetables, they actually carry a little bit more nutrients as well than your light. All right, so I've got one little tomatoes here. Little tomato. I'm just gonna cut it in half, but I'm gonna use half in each salad. All right, so if you're not a tomato fan, feel free not to use it, but just for the presentation, we'll use a little tomato. All right. All right. So I'm dicing up one, and I'm just gonna throw it in a dice form, and then I'm just gonna make some wedges, just 3 wedges. I need for this one, and I'm just gonna strategically just drop them on. 5 would have been nice. It would have made for easier presentation, but I've only got 3 pieces. All right, so have I got everything in my salad? I do, but here I've got some fresh mint. Fresh mint, right? Show you this is a type, lovely fresh mint. Now, just to let you know, especially for women over 40s, this helps with balancing female hormones and help to keep menopausal symptoms away. This is also good for belly pain and stuff like that. So, how do we get it in? You can make your tea, you can put it in your salad, you can put it in your smoothies, in your juices. But it's good stuff, easy to catch, and you don't need to maintain this when it's in your yard, all right? You just need to plant it and that's it. It will grow. So I could chop the leaves off, but I could just add some whole leaves to my salad. I'm just adding them whole. Tastes really good, especially when you have some lime juice in your salad. And the lime juice is added to this and a little honey. Woo! Tastes like lemonade. All right, so I'm not using this leaf because it has a little discolorization to it, so I don't want to use that one. All right, what else have I got here? So some of you might know this. This is called bees bush or Jamaican rice and peas bush. It's very beautiful, as you can see. There are cultures that use this as food. There's a little nut inside, and sometimes they roast the nut and eat it. Nonetheless, this whole thing can be used on my salad to make a beautiful garnish, and it is edible. The root of this plant also looks like a little piece of yam, is also very edible, and cultures use it as food. So if you've got it and it is taking over your land or your fence or your yard, make use of it. It is food. All right, so I'm just giving it a little wash. Before I add it, we've got the red cabbage over here. So I'm adding some to this mixture here. And I'm gonna add some. Look how beautiful the salad is getting now. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Color is coming nicely together. And you see, we don't really need a whole heap of it, you know. If you want to make a red cabbage salad, that's fine. But you don't need a whole lot of it in terms of color, you know, for presentation. All right, so here I've got some sunflower seeds. So you should always have some seeds with your salad. Sunflower seed and sesame seed go nicely with the salad, right? So I'm just throwing a little seed on my salad. And we also put the seeds in the salad dressing to just make life easier, because you actually do get more, you get more out of the seeds when it is blended out than when you try to chew it. Because if you chew them and you don't chew it properly, you really don't get the benefit out of it, all right? Here I've got, this is what we call black Indian salt or black Himalayan salt. It smells like egg. Tastes like egg. If you don't like egg, don't use this salt. But feel free to use some pink Himalayan salt. Now, this one is the coarse, right? It's the stones. But we would need to powder it out to put it on the salad. Otherwise, you're going to crunch in some big pieces of salt. We're not going to use this today, but I just wanted to show you that you could use this instead. But today, I'm going to use some black Indian salt. It is rich in sulfur, so it's good for the liver. All right, It's also actually good for parasites. There you go. Tastes like egg, but when you cook with it, you lose the flavor. Okay. All right, so it smells like somebody boiling egg around here. We've got here some cayenne pepper and lime juice. Have we got any sour orange in the fridge? One sour orange, please. All right, so we've got here some cayenne pepper. And it's always good to add some cayenne pepper. However, I'm going to add it after I've added the lime juice. I'd like to sprinkle cayenne pepper on top of the lime juice. And some olive oil would be nice on the salad as well. So here I go. Now, this is my little garnish that can just go on the top of my salad at the end. Or I can pick the seeds off, like I'm going to do for this one. Just drop them in this salad here. So you always want to use some lime juice with your salad. Always, always, always. So the lime is taking a little bit of time to come. So what I'm going to do, here we go. You can always drizzle a little honey over your salad, or simply put, mix your honey with a little olive oil and your lime juice, and then you sprinkle it over your salad. Oh, so here we go. I'm just drizzling a little honey on my salad. But if you don't have a sweet tooth and you don't want any honey, that's fine. But your olive oil and your lemon juice is needed on your salad. Why do you need the olive oil or some sort of oil? Your fat-soluble vitamins will be absorbed in the presence of oil. So those vegetables inside here that have the vitamin A, D, E, and K, those are your fat-soluble vitamins. They need to be in the presence of fat. So there you go, olive oil or your avocado oil or your coconut oil or your sesame oil. I love my toasted sesame seed oil, right? Brilliant in terms of flavor to the salad, and it also is helping with nutrition. Lime juice or lemon juice or a citrus juice helps with the breakdown and the absorption of the nutrients. So it helps the gut to absorb the nutrients from the salad much easier. So with this, I'm now going to sprinkle my cayenne pepper. I'm sprinkling my cayenne pepper. Looks beautiful. What I'm going to do with this one here, just going to mix it in. All right, so once you mix it in, you know, the smaller vegetables that are heavier will sink to the bottom and the leaves will come to the top. But when I mix it in like this, I can then now put it on a plate, or if I've got a box, I'm going to pack my lunch to go to work, I can throw this in it. But just wanted to show you the same thing. Yes, yeah. The same things, the same ingredients, making two different presentations here. So with that, I just want to hold these up closer to the camera. And this year, 2025, we will be running our vegan nutrition, cooking and nutrition course. And you're encouraged to subscribe to be a student on one of our classes, so you can learn how to make delicious foods that are gluten-free. We only do gluten-free foods on this program. So gluten-free, yeast-free, wheat-free, sugar-free, dairy-free, delicious, nutritious. And did I say delicious? Delicious again, right? I love my food, and the clients love the food as well. And it's all about health. It's living life to the fullest, getting the most from the food that we eat. All right, so here you go. Take a lovely look. All those were on the liver detox or the free 7-day detox with Central Jamaica Conference. Here is your salad for those who want to make a salad instead of juicing, right? So this is one way. Here's another way you can do your salad. Mix it all in together, right? And we'll teach you your own. We teach you how to make your own salad dressing at another setting. Here we go. Feel free to order one of our butters, vegan nutrition butter, the Natural Remedies Kitchen butter. right? It's made from coconut jelly as well as coconut oil. Delicious. We use this to make all of our fruit cakes, which I was just about to show you one of the fruit cakes. Right? We make our gluten-free fruit cake that has no egg. We make our own egg replacement. We make our own butter that is used in the cake. And we use, as sweetener, we use honey and we use molasses, right? Have we got a slice of one? Right. So I just want to show you one. We sell one of these cakes. It's a pound, 1 pound cake for $3,000. Here we go. Tastes really good. And yes, we do ship cakes abroad as well. To America and Canada, where you'll get it quickly, right? For those in England or Europe, you need to get someone to pick it up for you. All right, so. All right. Yeah. What? I'm just gonna show you what a slice looks like. There you go. Delicious and nice. I'll eat a piece for you and thank you very much. And bye. It's Davina logging out from the Natural Remedies Kitchen. And I wish for you, above all things, for 2025, good health. Because health is wealth. And remember, herbs are for the healing of the nation. Bye.